ladies and gentlemen, boys and berries. This is Magic Brad. Invite you to the Magic Brad Show, and we got somebody magical on today. Again, every Monday we do this. We get together, and it ends up being Magic Monday. And we're going to talk a little bit about where he lives, and we're going to talk about where he doesn't live. First, I got to find the guy. He's out here somewhere. His name is Steve, and the last name is Hart because he's got one. Where are you, Steve-O? Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Guten Taben, or whatever the hell they say over there.
What's that?
Guten Taben. Is that German?
Oh,
I
thought you were speaking another language for me.
I don't know German. So I'm here having my coffee. This is what I used to call my show, Synergy Cafe, back in the day. Now I've changed it to the Magic Brad Show. And I got my breakfast. You know, they got an Oreo that's like a with a quarter. Did you know that? You know, you can take a bite out of it.
Oh, you take the bite. Yeah, I've had one.
So today I want to talk a little bit about where you live.
And I sell those not a quarter, but a Morgan dollar on my DollarStoreMagicTricks.com.
Really?
You can do the same thing. You can take the bite out of it.
Do you really?
Well, magicians know it as, the coin in the bottle trick,
Oh yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with magic. You can make
yeah, right. Yeah. In fact, I just now thought about that. I don't know why I haven't made a video about that yet. To put it on my DollarStoreMagicTricks.com. Yeah.
You will now. So you don't know
thanks for reminding me.
You don't know how to make videos, I understand. You don't know how to do that.
There are a few things I've learned how to do. We were talking earlier about the technical stuff. How I really, like a while ago, I didn't know what a hashtag. I mean, I know what a hashtag is, but I don't know how to use them.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. There's so much stuff on here. I'm going through working with a friend of mine a couple of friends of mine. We started a little mastermind group on SEO and affiliate marketing and all that stuff. And you go down a rabbit hole. We were going to stay focused, and all of a sudden, we're all over the place. It's really
there's my rabbit hole right back there.
Yes. Oh, there you go. You got a rabbit hole right there.
Yeah, I painted that years ago. I believe in going down the rabbit hole. And you get to decide how far down you want to go.
Exactly. I want to talk a little bit about your area,
okay,
which is magic and comedy and Palm Bay. That's where you live, in Palm Bay, where it's warm and sunny. I'm in Minnesota right now, nicknamed Minnesota. It's a little chilly, but I want to come down there and visit and sit under a palm tree with some coconut milk.
We finally got rid of the chill we've had here, but now it's warming up now.
Oh, yeah, your big chill, right?
Hey, when it gets down to 50 and even down to 40s at nighttime, that's cold. That's chilly for me.
It does if you acclimate to it. I'll tell you a quick little story. We used to vacation in Jamaica all the time, and my best friend David Stahl, his brother, friended the guy that drove for us, our driver, and he actually had him come up and help my friend's brother move. Guy from Jamaica, February, and we were moving stuff out of the storage locker. He goes, "Man, it's so cold here." And I took off my jacket, took off my shirt. I said, "What are you talking about?" It was like 25 below. He thought we were crazy. Anyways, let's talk about magic, shall we?
All right. There's not a whole lot happening in my city here in Palm Bay, Florida. How I ended up here is kind of an interesting story, but I really do enjoy living here, and versus other parts of Florida, But this has served me well, and I figured out how to make a living performing my magic, living in Palm Bay. Mm-hmm. But to be truthful with you, maybe only less than 10% of my work is right here in Palm Bay, Florida.
Well, that's a nice thing about being in the entertainment business. You don't have to sit in your office. You can kind of go out and get the job done. So I'm assuming you go to Orlando often.
Yes, I do. I cover all the way over to Orlando, all the way up to Daytona, and down to West Palm Beach. So I basically got the central eastern part of Florida that I work and I pick up shows.
How close are you to the ocean?
I'm actually fairly close. I'm within 10 miles of the ocean, but the problem is you can't get there Actually, I'm closer than that. You can't get to. You have to go what they call causeways, which are highways that take you over to the ocean, because there's a body of water between the beach and the mainland. So
Does
you
your
know,
area in the ocean have like those boardwalks and stuff? Is there anything kind of
no,
festive around that area?
not here, not to speak of. You have to go to Daytona to have that. In fact, I have a good friend who's a magician who works at the boardwalk on Daytona and doing a great job.
Oh yeah, Daytona. Was there a magic store there? Daytona Magic?
Yes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll be up there this Saturday doing a show up in Daytona, and I'll probably drop in, say hi to Harry and the guys at Daytona
For
Magic.
those that don't know, a lot of the lay people that are watching this, we call them lay people that aren't in the know as far as magic. A lot of people don't realize how many magicians that are hobbyists or semi-professional or full-time professional that there actually are. I mean, there's the International Brotherhood of Magicians is actually an international organization of magicians, and a lot of people
Yes,
don't realize that.
yes, yeah. In fact, I was the head of membership for them on their committee for 3 years, and I communicated with all those magicians in their clubs around the world. It was really interesting, a great learning experience for me.
That's why I'm so passionate about the magic theme thing, is because it's so versatile. You can literally, because it's magic, you can create the illusion of anything happening. So if an event
Yeah,
planner wanted to pull together,
right,
like for like Ziegler Caterpillar or something like that, they wanted to levitate a multi-ton tractor. It
right.
can be done if the budget is there.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I try to stay under that radar. There was a time in my life when I aspired to those kind of things, but I'm happy at doing what I do, and that's the thing. That's the secret, is to figure out what you love to do and the stuff that fits you. You know,
Mhm. Yeah,
and
and also if for some reason you didn't want to take something like that on, that's part of the reason I created this
yeah,
magic
you pass it
universe.
on. Right,
You can find someone that can pull it together,
right,
or you can
right.
be in a consultant for something like that
Yeah,
to make
well, that's
that
true too.
thing
Yeah,
happen. It's
I
kind of
have worked as a consultant. And it's a kind of exciting new experience at times when you get to do that. And I'm grateful for the people who are smart enough to ask for my consultation.
I did some consulting with Horst, from Aveda, the guy that created Aveda.
Wow.
You're familiar with Aveda. He's from up here. He's deceased now, but I worked with him because he wanted to do something magical before his presentation. So we did some stuff with the light bulb that lights up and
Mhm.
a few little easy to do self-working illusions.
Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day. The cartoon Garfield.
Sure.
Jim Davis is the artist who created it. Well, one day I got a phone call from his office, and they said, "Jim, won't you come over and teach him some magic?"
Cool.
Well, I'm from Indiana. That's where he's from, and I was living there at the time. So I went over and spent the whole day in his studio, um, getting to meet him, sharing some ideas and concepts, and he paired me just as a consultation fee. It was a great experience.
That's pretty
That's just
cool.
one.
I believe in my magic archives, I've got a Garfield character that's holding a hat,
Yeah,
and it's got a little gimmick in there, so you can produce a rabbit out of it.
right. That's part of the reason why he asked me, because Garfield was prone to perform magic tricks, and
Okay.
he wanted to learn some more and talk about the magic, and broaden his horizon on the magic field. Yeah.
It's so fun to hear that stuff. That's why I
Oh yeah.
this thing going on.
But making the connections in what you're doing, Brad, with the Magic Universe is critical, and especially in the world with the internet today, it really has broadened everything that we're our opportunities and the possibilities.
Mhm. I did. It's interesting. I did a post this morning on Facebook because I was kind of curious because I saw some of this stuff with Ascap and the music industry and the licensing. You can't be just using other people's, songs for any reason. An event planner has to have those licensing permissions. And I thought, why isn't there something like that for magic, where someone comes up with some intellectual property and you have to actually buy the product or get permission to perform it rather than just go off and do it. I was wondering why there isn't sort of an ASCAP for magic.
Well, there is some of that going on, but it's more of a honor system than it is, legal.
Yeah, there should be a little bit, I think a little bit more. I mean, it would be, if I do Di Vernon's cups and balls and I changed it up, but if I did the verbatim routine, I should probably give Di Vernon some credit for it, right?
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and here's an example. I created this trick that was commonly known as whiz coat, where you borrow a kid's tennis shoe and burn it up and then
Oh,
restore
yeah.
it. And I was known for that. And Jim Steinmeier was a consultant for the Lance Burton show. And so Jim called me up and said, we would like to use your concept of burnt shoe in Lance's TV special that's coming up, which was his second one he did.
Mhm.
And he says, we just want permission to use it. What do we owe you? So they were going to build their own because Jim wanted to alter the box, which is what they did, because they wanted live fire coming out of the box. Well, I don't want that. In fact, I don't have anything like that in my box now. But the point is they paid me, just for the rights to be able to use that. And I got a nice letter from him thanking me for that. And,
Great.
and then I have other builders who are building another version of it. And they pay me out of an honor system. There's no legal system here. They'll pay me a royalty fee for my idea. So yes, I'm a firm believer in communicating, connecting, and collaborating on ideas.
Well, let's go back to the Palm Bay thing here, the magic in Palm Bay and things to do. I'm assuming, have you ever done any restaurant work there in Palm Bay?
Yes. Well, not exactly. Well, yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause that's
Yes.
happening. I
Yeah.
even know that some performers, magicians in the real rural areas, they end up being like a name in that area because there's not
Oh
a lot
yeah.
going on.
Oh, I'm a firm believer in working in restaurants or anywhere on a regular basis where people can see you.
And
You're
then,
not only working, but you're showcasing your talents.
sure. And then what are some of the other major cities around Palm Bay? I
Well,
suppose Orlando's a
like I
place.
said, you from between here and Orlando, there's not much of anything. So Orlando, of course, is a large metropolitan area, and then the same thing goes with Daytona and West Palm Beach. There are some smaller cities south of here, along where I was last week. I was down in Fort Pierce,
And
and so
how far is
yeah.
Daytona?
Pardon?
How far is
What part?
Daytona?
Daytona's about an hour and 15 minutes, roughly. So it's
Okay.
it's both. It's about an hour and 15 minutes each way. Which, if you live on the north side of Minneapolis, where you live, I'm sure it takes an hour to get to the other side, does it not?
No, 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I lived in Indianapolis. If you left the north side of Indianapolis and went to the south side, it would sometimes take you almost an hour.
No, Minneapolis is basically the 694, 494 strip. It's kind of made like a hub. And then it's got a 394 going down east west, and then it's got 35W and 35E going north south.
Hey, if you can travel from one side of the city to the other in a short amount of time, good for you. But it's not always that way.
Yeah, I can get from my place to the other side, any place within a half an hour.
I can get from here to Orlando within about 45, 50 minutes. But once I get to Orlando, then now I got another 45 or 50 minutes to go wherever I need to go sometimes because the traffic and the roads, it's not easy.
Right.
So, in fact, I was making a joke the other day. Michael Finney said years ago to me, he says, you know what? People are not going to pay you to do a show. They're going to pay you to travel to the show. And he's right. I feel the time I put into traveling to a show and coming home, it's longer than the show itself.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing from a performer point of view. And then from the event planner point of view, do you realize
they need to understand that that's what they're paying for, not the show itself.
Because it's time away from your family, it's time away from your business, it's time away from your life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, here's something you might find interesting. Just last week, when I was up in what's called Ormond Beach, which is south of Daytona, there's a comedy club there. So I went by to see the owner of the comedy club and pitched the idea of me doing a family show matinee, and he loved it. So he says, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And I said, great. So get with me. And so I'm waiting for him to get back with me. But there were several comedy clubs who have done something similar to that, and this is a new one that just opened up. And he's got a beautiful location, great stage. It'd be perfect for this. So
It would be cool
there's
to
an
do
example of what you're talking about.
It would be cool to do something monthly or weekly. Maybe not weekly, but
Well, he said I offered to do it monthly, and he says, "Well, maybe we could do it weekly." And I go, "Well,
okay.
I'm open to the idea." Years ago, I used to have a partner. We had a show in Titusville, Florida. For 3 years, it was a weekly show, and we did a family show at 7, an adult show at 9 o'clock, and sometimes we would sell out.
Well, you can tell that guy that if he ends up doing it regularly, weekly or
will.
monthly, I
We
will
will.
definitely
Yeah. Oh, he would.
into the Magic
Yeah.
Universe.
Right. His comedy club only seats maybe about 30 people or so, maybe more. I can't remember. But the point is, yeah. If you're doing a weekly show, you got to get the word out.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing worse than playing to an empty theater,
I've done it.
especially with the magic thing. You got to have
Thanks,
some
Mom.
Yeah, even Mom didn't show up. Yes, I've been there too.
I've gotten hired to do fundraisers, and they make the big thing about how they're selling tickets for the fundraiser. This theater holds 1,000 people, and you get there's maybe 50 people in the audience. But they sold the tickets, they made the money. So
There
you do
you
this,
go.
you do the show.
Well, getting people to events these days is more of a challenge, and that's what I'm trying to do is help people do that. Even from here in Minneapolis, I'm looking to help people in New York and Chicago and Florida. And
Well, here in Florida, people are coming out. There are more and more events being announced in the last month or two than ever before, and across the country. I hear my friends are doing more shows now.
Well, that's kind of my point. I mean, we're a little off topic a little bit, but I'm going to share this. It's so easy to do an event these days because you don't have to go to the printer and get something printed. You don't have to sell tickets. It's all done online. You go through Eventbrite. You just got to find a place to do it, and ta-da! And
Yeah, but
graphics.
But you're on topic because the Magic Universe is going to help bring those people together. That's what that's about. You don't have to go out and knock on doors like we used to.
Yeah, well, we used to have those limitations, and like with the 4-color printing these days, it's very affordable nowadays. I got this software I use to do printed postcards and stuff and QR codes, and
wow,
it's really easy to do that nowadays. Where you just
you printed that.
Huh?
You printed that, or you didn't print that. You printed that's the software to do it.
The software has greeting cards, postcards, and gifts. So one of their gifts is this hot sauce, and you send this hot sauce over to them with a little postcard that says whatever.
Wow.
And it's got a little QR code where they scan the card in there. I'm not even sure where that goes, but if you want to scan that, anybody that's watching this video, pause it, scan that.
Yeah, hold up a little higher.
And what I think will come in.
Up a little more. There we are. Right there. Hold still. Okay, we got
it. Technology is amazing. That is probably my friend Bo Young. He's local here in Minneapolis. He's an insurance guy, and he also uses software.
That's awesome.
In fact, I've got that software in the Magic Universe. I believe it's called Mailbox Power. If anybody's interested in it, you can find it in the Magic Universe, because I think magicians could use something like this to book their gigs, and event planners could use something like that to invite people to their events that they're doing. Send out invitations, send out thank yous. Like I got this little business card holder that a friend of mine. It's a little mini briefcase.
Oh, I love it.
It holds the business cards.
Yes.
You put my logo on there.
How'd you do that?
That's with the software. You just drop it into the thing and it mails it out.
It makes a stencil? How does it put it on the case?
I don't know. It's a machine that they do that. I thought I told you about that. That's how this mug worked. This guy said that I was the best marketing legend ever, and he threw my name on there.
Okay. I missed it. So you sent this out, or you did it yourself?
Someone sent it to me.
Okay. How did you get the logo on your little card case? Where did you get that?
You just go into the software and go, hey, there's a business card. Put this graphic on it.
Okay, on online?
Yeah.
Okay, you went it online, then they mailed it to you.
Correct.
Okay, now I got you. I thought you did it yourself. Okay. No, that's awesome.
I've got these coasters.
Yeah.
I've got this little phone holder thing. It's got my name on it. It folds
Wow.
up.
So when I come to your house, I'm going to leave with all these gifts with your name on it.
You give me your address, I'll send you something. We're going to do that. You're going to give me your address. I'm going to send you something after this.
I need to hold up your logo. Well, before we go, I need to make a prediction.
Okay.
So let me put my hat on here.
Hang on a sec. Let me do a little shift here.
And get my crystal ball. So let me look into my ball and see what's coming.
1 second, Steve-O. I'm going to try and get you on here full screen. How do I do that?
As if I don't take enough space.
There it is. Okay. The stage is yours.
I got my crystal ball and I'm making a prediction. Yes. Yes, I can see that we are going to be experiencing awesome things because we're going to make it happen. The future is determined by what we decide.
That's true.
And the action that we take based upon our beliefs and the ability to be able to implement those thoughts.
I thought you were going to do a little Karnak thing there.
Well, I've done that before too. So that's part of my
true. What you put your mind to with enthusiasm and persistency, nothing is impossible.
Yes, right. That's exactly right.
That used to be the motto on my Taekwondo school. It said Jungsen Ildo Hasa Bosong.
And you have to learn how to not only understand that, but exercise that. And when you do, it works. It really works. That's what the movie The Secret was about and the law of attraction.
We've gone for 22 minutes, so let's go to 25 minutes and talk a little bit about this. It's an interesting topic.
Okay, good.
I got on my thing up here on the top, you can't see it, but it says conceive, believe, achieve. So you get the concept.
That's right.
Then you have to believe it. That's the hard part because a lot of people say, they do the affirmations. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. And there's a little thing going, no, you're not. You're a liar. You need to get beyond that little thing that's saying you're not a liar.
Yeah. Well, beyond that, you need to turn down the volume of that voice and turn up the volume of your heart.
There's a friend of mine that lives down by you in the Florida area. His name is Arnie Ranson. He came up with these cards called question cards. And instead of doing an affirmation of I am, it says, why am I a millionaire?
Right.
That makes your brain go,
right.
Why am I? It makes you think totally different.
He's got it right. That is the secret behind it. It's taking me years to learn how to do this.
Well, there's that constant fight of the childhood raised and all that subliminal stuff that's fighting.
Yeah, I remember when my parents said, "You got to get a real job. You can't make a living being a magician."
Well, I was talking to my wife about this, doing this Magic Universe thing, and I said, I'm trying to do this.
Oh, you said try.
She said, you're trying. And Yoda says, there is no try, only do. That wasn't a good Yoda impersonation.
I'm sorry, I jumped on your story. Yeah.
Okay, buddy, I'm going to put you in the green room. We got some digital hors d'oeuvres back there.
Thank you.
There's even some eggnog if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's all digital, locale.
Okay? All right, thank you. See you next week.
Always fun, I'm telling you. So that's what we're happy doing here. It's called the Magic Universe. This is something that we're building out for people that are interested in the magical way of doing things. And Steve lives down there in Palm Bay, Florida. And that's all I've got for you. So peace, love, and happiness. This is Magic Brad signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good. Be kind.